Hey guys! To commemorate us getting through all of our hot school candidates, we're going to be giving away a $20 Blizzard gift card. In the event that you want to try to win this, go ahead and follow the link in the description below. And good luck. And we'll see you guys all. Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. Hope you had yourselves a great recess. In today's lesson, we will be covering Zool. Zool is an interesting character that has the ability to push out lanes really far and also has the ability to be built as kind of like a bruiser depending on what your team kind of needs for that fight, for that matchup. So with that being said, let's just get right into him and see what we can do here.
It is time.
Alrighty, so we find ourselves on the battlefield of eternity. On the friendly team, we've got Zool, Jaina, Maiev, Tyrael, and Sergeant Hammer versus Tychus, Kael'thas, ETC, Orphea, and Nazeebo. Should be an interesting match. I mean, they've got a lot of damage potential that's going to come out. It's going to be hard for us to protect the Sergeant Hammer. So this should be interesting because they all have skills that can or that can get into Sergeant Hammer's range. So Zeebs can throw spiders, he can get off a wall. Orphea's got her E ability, I forget the name of it, and then her lash can actually hit right at the edge of Hammer's range. Kael'thas got his flame strike, and Tychus has grenades. Okay, well we'll do the best that we can here. See what we can get done. Hopefully we can turn this around for us. But if in the event that we can hold them off with Sergeant Hammer and I mean honestly we don't really even have that great of a comp for the Immortal either. they at least have Tychus. We have some burst damage, so we can take heroes out quickly. That's gonna be our claim to fame this match.
You might want to pay attention now. The fight starts soon.
See, so we got a lot of some basic attacks out there.
I'm glad to see you survive the World Stone's destruction.
We're gonna take Backlash. What this is gonna do is when our bone armor expires, nearby enemy heroes are gonna take damage equal to 12% of their maximum health. So what's bone armor, you say? Well, Zool actually starts off with 4 abilities. One of them is called bone armor. We gain a shield that equal to 25% of our maximum health for 3 seconds, and now it won't blow up and deal damage. Our Q ability is called Spectral Scythe, so it spawns a scythe in that little circle, and those arrows tell you that, hey, you know what? It's going to be coming back to us. So we can do this, and then the scythe will come back to us and deal some damage, as you saw right there on that Zeebs. Our W ability is called Curse Strikes, and this is going to turn our basic attack into a cleave. And any enemy heroes hit with that are going to slow their attack speed. We're going to go ahead and root that Tychus. Ooh, and he got rooted in the tower range. Beautiful combo with that Maiev.
Most exhilarating.
Hey. Go ahead and deal some damage there. We're gonna go ahead and pop our shield because we got that Kael'thas damage coming out. So we're gonna go ahead and survive that. And just us being around, it's kind of hard to tell in this case. Uh-oh. It's gonna hurt. We're just gonna kind of walk on out of here. It's kind of hard to tell in this case, but us just being around minions dying is what's going to spawn our trait, which is Raised Skeleton. When a nearby enemy minion dies, we spawn a little skeleton who's going to do some damage. Go ahead and just pop our shield. Wow! He did way more damage there than we were going to, than I was expecting, but Kael'thas still died, so it's okay. I thought that the bone armor was going to give me just enough that I could kind of deal with some of that there and then get out, but in this case, I was mistaken. So our E ability is called Bone Prison, which you saw, and that's the thing that goes, And then after a short period of time, we use it on an enemy hero, and after a 2-second delay, it will root the target.
Choose a talent.
Deals a little bit of damage and does root. At level 4, we're going to take Grim Scythe.
As it knows you.
And what this is going to allow us to do is every time our Curse Strikes hits an enemy, and that could be a minion, a hero, it doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate. It's going to reduce the cooldown by 1 second. So we're going to do that, and we're going to spawn those skeletons in the back. And that's just kind of what I'm trying to do here. You got to watch out for this guy. He's just going to hit us. Their Kael'thas is doing what he should do. He's using his free W's to bully us a little bit. I want that regen globe. I don't want that ETC to have it. I don't know if he went prog rocket or not, but just in case he did, just tossing a scythe in there, do a little bit of damage. It's okay, Jaina. I'm gonna finish out this wave first, because as you can see, it's something that we can do very well. Now we're gonna come up, help the team out. Now we don't have nearly as much damage on the immortals as they've got. They've got the sustained damage. Well, it looks like they didn't get the memo, so they're gonna try to... We're gonna go ahead and root some people. We're gonna root this Tychus. We're gonna take him out. We're gonna pop our bone armor. We're gonna stand next to these guys, so when it explodes, we do more damage. We're gonna go ahead and root this Zebes. Oh my god! And we're gonna eat that. We're gonna throw down a scythe and do more damage to Zebes. Alright, we were able to do enough damage so that the spider mine finished him off. We're gonna go ahead and hearth. And then we're gonna go to the top lane. Let the team know that I'm going there. That Tyrael, as you saw, may or may not have seen on the mini-map there, he changed his direction. He was headed up towards that lane and then went down to the bot. We do very well when we're able to kind of do our own thing. So at level 7, we are going to take Harvest Vitality. And what this does is, so 70% of the damage done when using Cursed Strikes against heroes is going to heal us. Now we're just going to go ahead and get in some serious healing here. Gotta watch out though. Zebes has a lot of damage potential here. We're just gonna deal more damage to all of that there. Gonna root him back there. For really no other reason than just to do a little bit of damage. But remember, we want to keep using our Cursed Strikes because this is going to give us that cleave damage. And so we're doing a lot of damage in there, and we get that cooldown reduction. We're gonna kick our bone armor so we can just walk through there. Take that little bit of damage, not a big deal. Get a couple more skeletons spawn. Now Zebes does have the advantage right now, but the thing that's happening is I'm not using mana. Zebes is having to use all of his mana to keep up with this. So he's gonna have to sippy, which he's doing right now. Uh-oh. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna pop our bone armor. Oh man, I thought we were gonna make it through. We're not gonna make it through. We're gonna die. Didn't see Tychus rolling up. Should have been more aware on that. That was my bad there. But so that's one thing that you can do, because it doesn't cost us much mana to stay pushing in these lanes. Whereas Zebes is having to use a ton of mana to try to push these lanes out, because he's having to kill our skeletons plus having to kill trying to stay alive. We're gonna come up here. Bad call on trying to grab that guy. We're gonna come down here and take out the rest of this. They're gonna pull that camp, and that's fine. We can deal with that quickly with our Cursed Strikes. We're just gonna throw a scythe in there. At level 10, we are going to take Skeletal Mages. And what this is gonna do is what you're gonna see right here. Throws down 4 Skeletal Mages that slow targets. We're gonna try to do damage to this Tychus, and we're gonna successfully take him out. We're gonna come down here and take out that tower before it does any more damage to us. Really? And we're gonna go ahead and pop our bone armor, and we're fine. Alright, we're just gonna walk on out of here. Or Craig David and walk away from the troubles in our life.
To the hall.
Yeah. That's an early 2000s reference.
A worthwhile pursuit.
Alright. Okay, so we took stage dive. That's fun. Hammer. Come on, Hammer. The hammer didn't make it. Jaina might make it. Maybe not. We can't really do too much right now. So we're just gonna come down here and take out. We're gonna be around these minions so we can spawn more minions. Let them kind of do their thing. And wait till they change positions.
It is time for a change in strategy.
I got Pyroblast coming in. Uh-oh. I got pushed in. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Don't let them get you down.
Kill Tychus. Judgment. We did a ton of damage to that Zool, or not the Zool, I'm the Zool. We did a ton of damage to that ETC because we used our bone armor, and we did splash that damage to a bunch of them. But right now, them running into this Tychus laser is proving to be the wrong decision. They just need to go in and finish these people off.
Know your place.
There you go. We're gonna lose the Immortal. That's okay. I'm gonna come up top, and we're gonna counter push this a little bit. Let Hammer know I got this.
Dragul's blade whispers your name. I sense death within this place.
And we're gonna go ahead and just push down some stuff here. We use Curse Strikes on these Zeeb's walls, take them out easily. Throw down some skeletal mages right there. And we're gonna root this ETC and just do some damage to him. And if they come in at the hammer, which they are, they're gonna be slowed. So we kind of save Hammer a little bit there. Hammer should have stayed. Man, I'm doing terrible at this. All right, we're gonna move up. You can get out. Use your jets. Use your jets. Hammer didn't even move. We're just like, oh, I'm gonna just sit here.
Use your
A
talent.
bold strike, mortals. The demon will need time.
Level 13. We're gonna take Rapid Harvest. So this is where the build starts getting really fun with the Curse Strike. So for every enemy that we hit, we're gonna increase our attack speed by 5% with Curse Strike. So as you can see, now we can take out waves like nobody's business. And we're just gonna kind of juke some of her stuff. Call it good.
Forward.
So now, when we go take out waves or we get fighting a hero, we're going to be able to do... We're just going to go ahead and pop that real quick so we don't take that damage. And Curse Strike this wave down, because we can do that very quickly. Get that regen globe. We got the cooldown back because of our earlier skill, so we'll go ahead and take out that wave. And as you can see, this build with Curse Strikes just became very formidable, because not only are we gaining that attack speed, remember, we gain the cooldown reduction, and if we're hitting heroes, we are gaining back 70% of the damage that we are doing to heroes. We'll go ahead and pop these skeletal mages right there. And you're gonna die. We're gonna go ahead and kill this ETC also. Oh god, this Tychus laser! We're gonna stand here by this hammer. We're gonna kill these minions because we can do so quickly. That's as many minions as I can spawn though. Come down here and help out with this thing. I actually really like this Curse Strikes builds. So that means we even want to use Curse Strikes on this this guy. Now, we're not going to gain the full benefit because we're not hitting enough things. But I mean, it is an attack speed increase, and even just a little one is, you know, still better than none. We're gonna go ahead and grab the sippy so that during this next altercation that's about to happen here, we'll be good to go. It'd be nice to be 16, but we don't have any minions that we can kill quickly, so We're gonna come down to this here. They're gonna be coming in hot. Tyriel's doing a really good job keeping them back. Oh no! Kill him! Yes! I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bail. Alright, so we're gonna heal up, and at 16 we are going to take amplified damage, and what this is going to do is when we root an enemy with our bone prison, it is going to reduce their armor by 25 for, was it 1.75 seconds? Some weird amount right there? Yeah, 1.75 seconds. So that means we're going to be able to do considerably more damage during that time. It's really, the main reason we're taking this is to help out the hammer a lot. Come up here, take out these minions. As you can see, even though we didn't even get good hits on all of those minions, our Curse Strikes is back up. We're gonna go ahead and throw down these skeletal mages just to be cool. We do a ton of damage to that ETC. We're gonna go ahead and root that Zeebs. Just do a little bit of damage to him that way. I'm gonna have to walk down here. If you want to fight, follow me, I will scythe that ass. and just Curse Strike some of those there. They can push this down. We've got hammer. Grab the, yeah, get the keep. Now we can retreat. Now you just bail. What?
My strength leaves me. It will take some time before
My strength leaves me. All right, we're gonna come down here and we're gonna take out this camp. So just watch this mini map and see where these guys are going. It's kind of sketchy looking. But with our Curse Strikes upgrade, you can see this speed at which we can take out these camps. Oh no. No! Split second too late.
And I've seen a lot of them.
Split second. Because I moved. They might be able to... Oh, they got a good Jaina zoning there. That's gonna be a dead Tychus. Get out of this laser. Need to get out of that laser though. All right, I'm still okay. I'm okay with what happened there. It was one for one, right? But we are really good at taking camps, just through our Curse Strikes, because we get that Curse Strike cooldown reduction, and so we keep that attack speed increase, which goes up to, what is it, 75%? Is that what it is? Yeah, up to 75%. And we pretty much basically have that at all times, as long as we're hitting at least 3 things. And so it just makes it so good.
Ever onward.
We can take theirs. I don't want to help that.
I fight for the glory of the high.
I fight for the glory! Alright. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this thing here.
I must find another way.
I'm gonna go take out that camp. Well, I want to take out that top camp, but we can give them a second or two. We gotta... I think we're gonna press on this, so... As we should, but... It's always sketch. Gonna throw down the skeletal mages in the back there, so everybody's getting at least slowed, so they gotta stick around. We're gonna pop our bone armor, get in here. We're gonna go ahead and take out these, gain that speed, kill the Zeebs. Gonna throw a scythe back there in case that Kael'thas wants to come up here. Oh, good lord, holy mother of laser. Yeah.
Just burning through their camps, aren't you?
I'll get it. I'll get this because I need the sippy anyways, so we're gonna come up here, use our Curse Strikes, and look at that cooldown reduction there. We use Curse Strikes again, and that's that camp. We don't have our Curse Strikes cooldown, so we're just gonna go ahead and scythe them, but as you can see, that scythe is hitting for 500. It's pretty dang solid damage increase there. Level 20, we are going to take Cold Hand of Death. This is going to increase the slow amount by 20% for our skeletal mages, so for our ultimate. Okay, we finish that up. It's going to increase the slow amount by 20% from our skeletal mages, plus our regular skeletons are going to be able to slow people as well. Skeletal warriors attack slow enemies by 30%. So we are going to have the ability to get off more slows just fighting near our, you know, kind of our minions and everything else. I just did that just to scare the Tychus, to get him to go back, because I wanted to push this up. Oh, but she got him. Oh, he dead. Oh, he dead too. We're gonna pop our bone armor. And we're gonna just run up at her. And we're gonna go ahead and root this Kael'thas. And we're gonna win this game. There we go.
Well struck.
And that is Zool. I didn't play amazingly. I would never claim that was me there, but hopefully you guys got an idea of what Zool is capable of as far as pushing lanes, being able to kind of be a little bit of a bruiser, with his ability to heal off of heroes. And one of the best things that you can fight when playing like as a Zool or melee heroes, people that are going to stand in your face, because you're going to gain so much health from fighting them. Dang it, I forgot to go through the talents on there, but we'll talk about them here. So at level 1, we took Backlash, and this was when our bone armor ended. It would explode and deal 12% of maximum health to any enemy heroes that were around us. At level 4, we took Grim Scythe, and what this does is reduce our Curse Strikes cooldown by 1 second. For up to 12 seconds for every enemy that we hit. And as you saw, I mean, when you go into a minion wave, you basically have Curse Strikes all the time. And that's not even with the increases to attack speed, which we'll get to here in a momentarily. At level 7, we took Harvest Vitality, and this is our Curse Strikes against heroes healed us for 70% of the damage dealt. So if we were fighting like that, when we were fighting that ETC up close, one of the best combos that we could use against him is because we have our Backlash. When that blows up, that's going to deal a crap ton of health to him because it's 12% of his maximum health. Plus, we're going to gain 70% of the damage we deal to him with our Cursed Strikes. So if you're going against like you have like a Varian or you know, even like a Karazim or a bunch of heroes that are all trying to do melee damage to you, and you pop this and you take this build, you're going to be pretty sustainable through them, especially even though they're jumping on you. As your attack speed increases, once you get that upgrade at level 13, you're going to be healing a lot from them. At level 10, we took Skeletal Mages, and this was just more to add some slows and to kind of zone off a little bit. At 13, we took Rapid Harvest, and that's when the build starts to get really good, because you gain that attack speed. So gain 5% attack speed for 3 seconds each time cursed enemy hits, or each time Cursed Strikes hits an enemy, up to 75%. So as you saw, we had that 75% damage increase, almost our speed increase almost all the time when we were around at least 3 targets. And that's at 13, that's what makes Zool super good at taking out camps as well. And at 16, we took Amplified Damage, and this is so we can kind of capitalize more on when our Bone Prison did slow a target, or root a target, that we could do 25% more damage to them. And then at level 20, we took Cold Hand of Death, and this just increased the slow from our Frost Mages by 20%, and our Skeletal Warrior attacks slowed enemies by 30% for 2 seconds. Other builds that you can go. So if you're like, I debated this against that Tychus, but Shade is also a really good one as well, as it's going to help you evade all basic attacks. So you know, that Tychus, it could have stopped him for a decent amount of damage, but I wanted more damage on that ETC because their ETC was their frontliner. If their ETC is done, they're done. And then you could also take Shackler, and this is going to slow heroes that essentially hit you, or that are just around you, sorry. And then it reduces the cooldown for basic attacks that you use against heroes that are stunned, rooted, or slowed. So basically, you can have Shackler up almost all the time also, because they're going to be near you, you're going to be slowing them, and you're going to be hitting them, right? So at level 4, if you wanted to go more of like a skeleton build, which is usually what not usually, but the last times that I played Zool, I went more of a skeleton build. You could take jailers. And what this does is when you use your bone prison on a hero, 2 skeletal warriors also spawn next to that hero, and they're focused on that hero, and they do a little bit of damage. And once you spawn 80 of them, so if you use your bone prison 40 times, you will gain the skeletal warriors will gain 40% movement and attack speed, so they'll be able to stick to the targets very well. You could also take Reaper's Toll, so if you're exceptionally good with the scythe, you can reduce the cooldown of the spectral scythe as you use it more. I personally like Grim Scythe or Jailers, depending on which build that I'm wanting to go at the time. Now the level 7 tier is all about kind of how you can there's two options that you can use for sustain, which is going to be your Harvest Vitality, which you saw that we gain here health, and then Tragul's Essence. So every time a skeletal warrior attacks an enemy, restore 0.5% of Zool's maximum health and 2% of maximum mana. So, and that's an enemy. That's not even heroes. So that means that when you need health, you can just go back to a lane. So that's the big difference between Harvest Vitality and Tragul's Essence. Is Harvest Vitality is all about when you're in a team fight and you're needing health, you use Curse Strikes and you hit heroes and you're going to get back that health. Tragul's Essence is more about gaining back health in between fights or keeping your lane presence up so you always have health out there. Now you can also take Weaken, and this increases the attack speed reduction of Curse Strikes by 35% and the duration by 1 second. So that means if you are going against something like a Tychus, that's a very powerful skill as well, because it already gives you a 40% attack speed reduction, which means that now becomes a 75% increase or 75% speed reduction, attack speed reduction. And it also nullify, like the things that tracers are doing. It's a super powerful in the right circumstances. I personally I like the Harvest Vitality or Tragul's Essence more in most cases, but just so that you know that option is available. And in certain ones, it is very very much so a good option to take. And then level 10, so the other option that you can take if you are going against a lot of melee heroes, Poison Nova is really good. So basically Zool just reaches his hands to the sky, and all these, as you can see in the little picture, kind of shows it there, but these green kind of balls go off in all different directions and dealing damage to all targets around him, and it does damage over time, so that can be very beneficial, or it can also be it can be detrimental as well, because if the event that it doesn't kill them, they have time to get to a sippy cup, they can hearth or whatever, but it also will persist through things like short shields, short damage reductions, stuff like that. So it's also a good damaging one. I tend to like Skeletal Mages more because I like the added slows. And it's kind of more of a zone out ability, and I like the ability to kind of shape the fights based on my skills more than just necessarily doing all kinds of damage. I want to look at the team fight as a whole and not necessarily the one person I'm trying to kill, because I want to win the whole team fight. I want to kill many people if possible. So at 13, other options you take Echoes of Death. I've seen some Zools take this, and it can work to great effect if you're really good at using the scythe. So your Spectral Scythe spawns 2 additional scythes next to the first after 1.5 seconds, dealing 60% of the damage. So that's just more scythes going out, more damage, which also, if you were taking like the scythe build like Reaper's Toll, it's going to build into that as well. You can also take Executioner, so attacking a hero that is slowed, rooted, or stunned increases your basic attack damage by 30% for 3 seconds. Now, if you took like Shackler, that would go really good with that, because they're always going to be slowed by you while you have your bone armor up. Or if you're rolling with like an Arthas or something, somebody that can keep out like a slow for the most part is the big thing. But I personally like Rapid Harvest, because a lot of times you get in these team fights where you're in the middle of minions, and you're gonna get up to that 75% attack speed so quickly. So That's my personal preference. 16, the other option that you can take, if you're going more of like a skeleton build, you can take Corpse Explosion. So when your skeletal warriors die, they explode in a small area, and it deals 100% of that damage, increased damage to non-heroic enemies. So if you're trying to clear out waves, it's also a really good way to do that. But I mean, honestly, Azul doesn't really have a problem clearing out waves pretty much at all. And then if you're just needing just another cooldown to do some damage, Bone Spear deals damage to all enemies in a line. It's as simple as it's as easy as it sounds there. Very similar if you watch Game of Thrones, like you're trying to take a dragon out of the sky, right? And that's basically the skill. So at 20, if you did take Poison Nova, you can take Andariel's Visage, and this allows you to heal for 50% of the damage done by Poison Nova. So that's a huge sustain increase for you. And then your Skeletal Warriors also deal 50% increased damage. So you can go a skeletal, like a skeleton build, and then take Andariel's Visage, and you're gonna gain a lot of that sustainability from the Poison Nova itself. Plus, you're gonna have your Skeletal Warriors dealing more damage as well. And if your Skeletal Warriors are dealing more damage, it's just going to kind of snowballs with the skeletons. Now you can take Mortal Wound. So if the enemy team has like several support heroes, what this does is when you use your Spectral Scythe, if you hit the target, they receive 75% less healing. This Mortal Wound's a really good talent to take against a hero like Alexstrasza on the enemy team, because you have this big telegraphed heal and all the heroes are going to run into it. So you throw the scythe into that healing zone, and now all of a sudden that big heal that they were expecting to heal is going to only heal for 25% of the amount that it was originally. So it's a really I tend to find that Mortal Wound works really well in circumstances, especially when you can really telegraph the heal, or one of the best combos with it. And I don't even know if I mentioned this in the match, but using Bone Prison and then using your scythe on somebody who's in the Bone Prison, because they're obviously not going to be able to move, that will go ahead and reduce that target's healing by 75% as well. And then the last option that you'd have is Kalan's Edict. And what this does is basically, so just as your Skeletal Warriors attack, it reduces the cooldown on your ultimate ability, your heroic ability. So if you have been going a skeleton build, you could have 6 skeletons rolling around, 2 from your Bone Prison and 4 from just being around minions and stuff. And you can, if they all attack, let's say twice, that's 12% of your cooldown back on your heroic ability. So you can use your heroics more often. But that is Zul. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Next up, we have Irel. Actually, is she the only one I don't have? Oh no, she's one of 3 that I don't have to 5. Huh, interesting. That should tell you how this next one's gonna go, right? So with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day. Hey, I know I mentioned it at the beginning of the video, but if you haven't entered the contest for the Blizzard gift card that we're going to be giving away, as you can see, we're getting real close to the end here, and so we're going to be wrapping this up here in the next 5 days, really. So make sure that you get entered in so you can have a chance to win a $20 Blizzard gift card. The link is in the description of this video. With that being said, you guys have yourselves a great rest of your day, and we will see you guys all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.